वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। I always emphasize the role of the wheel of time. It's a favorite expression of mine. One book of mine is Astrology, Destiny and the Wheel of Time. The other book is Yogi's Destiny and the Wheel of Time. You know why? Who is the Lord? Lord is time. Time. Year after year, month after month, day after day, when you come across cases of people coming to you for predictions, you find a person who has run into a favorable period. Is the person who is achieving things, and a person who has not run into a favorable period is not achieving things. People who say we can make our own destiny, I can be my own guru. These are all very boastful claims. When the dasha is not all right, it is better to lie low, devote yourself more to spiritual practices, but don't give up effort. This morning we started by telling you Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha, all the four represent Purusharthas. There is at no stage is the astrologer saying you do not do Purushartha. In doing this Purushartha, again the trines you see 1, 5, 9, etc. Now I am taking up a case in the last but one chapter of this book. I called it the whirligig of time. That is again the wheel of time. Now you see the horoscope carefully. Now he came to me and he asked me. He had two horoscopes. One with Gemini ascendant and the other, it is not in that book. The other Vrisha, that is Taurus. He showed me two horoscopes, one with Vrisha and the other with Mithuna. Since I had known that he had retired from the post of a Supreme Court judge, I had no hesitation in telling that it had to be Vrisha, with all those planets in the 9th house which represent judiciary. Now here it is very important. Yesterday or this morning I was telling you, from intellectual excellence you go back to technical excellence, from technical excellence you come to intellect. This is a two-step method of correcting a horoscope. You say I am a singer. The horoscope I see of yours should reflect that. Your musical talent should be reflected in the horoscope for me to accept you as a singer. So do I accept the horoscope? In this case the information already known to me was man born in 1914. The information already known to me was the man retired from the Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India, like the Supreme Court of USA, is the apex court, the topmost court. The judgment given by the Supreme Court is the law of the land. The 9th house represents judiciary. So I said I had no difficulty in accepting. But now I will come to some delicate points which Dr. Charak generally has touched in so many lectures of his in USA. Where is Mars here? Aspecting which house or houses? Fifth, eighth and the ninth. I will ask you to see little more carefully now the degree of the Lagna and the degree of Mars. Same degree. Which means when Mars is aspecting the 8th house, it is aspecting the 22nd Dreshkona exactly. Correct? 22nd Dreshkona, you know, is one of those Dreshkonas which should be avoided. In this case, there is a blood-curdling story which Mars is revealing by aspecting the 22nd Dreshkona, and carries on this blood-curdling story through its 8th aspect on the constellation of planets in the 9th house. So Mars is reaching the 9th house via the 8th house. Right? Now that is very significant. Then the other important point, notice all the negative features. Mercury is totally combust. We talked this morning about combustion. Second and the fifth lord, combustion. If a combust planet were to destroy everything, this man's wealth should have been destroyed totally, and this man's education should have been destroyed totally, etc. But all this is in the 9th house. It had to give a negative effect also, and also a positive effect. Jupiter and Venus so close are also combust. It is the birth of an Amavasya. Mars in the 2nd house aspects the 22nd Dreshkona absolutely, and then all those planets in the 9th house. Amavasya. Amavasya is the dark lunar half. Look at the degrees of the moon and the sun. Right? Dark lunar fortnight. All the negative features you present. Then come to the next point. Rahu in the 10th house is being aspected by Saturn. That horoscope which I had given. Right? Career first as a lawyer and later as a judge seem to be likely. I had made, of course, other details, but I am not on that point. Generally, Rahu in the 10th aspected by another malefic will disturb your career once very seriously. Mostly it may not give you a steady career, but in this case Saturn is the 10th lord aspecting his own house. So I said, were you first a lawyer? Other details I worked out. Then became a judge? I said yes, it was as I had seen. But I am also not on that point. I am on something more important. The subject I have chosen is the whirligig of time. The wheel of time. Astrology, destiny and the wheel of time. Yogi's destiny and the wheel of time. He confirmed what I had seen about his career. Then I came to the most crucial question. Concentrate on Rahu Venus period. In Shivraj Sharma's book on Rahu, there is a warning again about Rahu Venus period. Now see the Rahu Venus period. You have got the horoscope noted with you, birth horoscope, because I am going into the other divisional horoscopes now. Now see the Chaturthansha is the 1/4 division. Edith was asking. Now this is how I am showing you the interpretation of divisional horoscopes. I am giving them all in my books, so the principles come out. Chaturthansha is the 1/4 division, and you should be able to do it mentally. Some of the calculations you can always make mentally. Chaturthansha 1/4 division means 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 and 7.5. If a planet is about 8 degrees in Aries, it will go in the second, the 1, 4, 17, that is how they move. So it will move to Cancer. Mentally you should be able to check, so that you are able to correct on the basis of the divisional horoscope someone's birth time, readjust the degree, and after readjusting the degree, recalculate the time when the degree rises, and now recalculate moon's degree. Or if you are able to fix that time, your computer will automatically now do the other corrections. But is the Chaturthansha appealing, etc.? That is very important. Now I was telling you, uha poha patu is the word we use. A person who is not able to weigh the pros and cons of a situation will commit terrible mistakes in astrology, and which we keep on committing. In other words, wherever you go, you have to learn new manners, new customs. So it is not possible for an astrologer to know all this. As for example, you have heard someone went to a party, he was introduced to some woman. He asked one woman, an Indian, so a typical Indian would ask you most intimate questions in the very first meeting. He will not go into the fineries of weather and this and that. He straight away asks you personal questions. So the woman, he was introduced. She said, I have so many children. Then he asked her, are you married? Now here, I knew this man had come from Jammu. That is the area from where Dr. Charak also comes. Kashmir, Jammu. Born in 1914. In 1947, India faced historically one of the worst periods of the century, when there was a bloodbath partition of the country. Pakistan was formed. It was the biggest mass migration in human history, and people were just butchered in the trains. So I was seeing this man came from that region, born 1914. Round about 1945, 46, 47, what should be his age? What should be his age? Right? In the early 30s. In the early 30s of his age, right? So young enough to remember almost each and every incident. So I said, let me correct it. I immediately cast the Chaturthansha. The period then would be Rahu, Venus. And Venus is the 12th lord of the Chaturthansha. It shows a migration, right? moving to another place. And Venus is in the 6th house with all those planets again. And 6th also from the Mahadasha Lords Rahu. So there is something agonizing here happening. And I know it was the days of partitions, he must have migrated. He must have come along with his family members. The Dasha of Rahu from February 20, 1935, February 20, 1953, from 253. From 1945 to 1949, the sub-period of Venus ran in the Mahadasha of Rahu. The 9th house receiving the aspect of Mars had to have sinister significance. Go to the birth horoscope. The Mars is aspecting all those planets in the 9th house. 9th represents father. And you are seeing so many planets combust in this horoscope. I knew that he had come from a region which had witnessed the worst types of bloodbath during the communal riots of 1947. He and his family must have tried to flee the place, but it was the period of Rahu Venus, and then the 9th lord is retrograde in the Lagna too, Saturn. In the Chaturthansha, Rahu in the Lagna, Mars in the 2nd house and Venus in the 6th house had to have a very complex meaning. I worked on other Vargas and also then tried Gemini Dashas also. A very bloody period, much bloodier than what others had witnessed. I asked him. Round about October 1947, both of his parents and all his brothers and sisters were butchered by a frenzied mob of Muslims. He escaped. He survived after witnessing it all. It's a very, very gruesome story. I said, this horoscope appears to be all right. Then I gave him some future predictions. I remembered the meaning of an Amavasya birth and the combustion of planets, planetary wars. Of course, he was born when the world itself was plunged soon after his birth in the First World War. I am not saying that he was the cause of it. But you see, all that tremendously bad combination. Now, then in the Saturn period, see how time changes. In Rahu he suffered so badly. Then came the Jupiter period. Jupiter debilitated in the 9th house. Anyway, he became a High Court judge and all that. Came the Saturn period, the Yoga Karaka for Vrishab Lagna. And he spiraled up and reached the highest court of India, the Supreme Court of India.
Didn't the Rahu-Venus period act in a sense like a Saturn period would have, with the 9th and 10th houses? Or does the quirkiness of that period
Rahu, Venus and Venus Rahu periods, always be extra careful, analyze very, very deeply. I have repeatedly written in so many places, be very careful. Never jump to a conclusion. Yes, it can, no, don't formulate any, this thing, Shivaraj Sharma's book, it is given very clearly. And you will please read that. But I asked him to do more research. The exchange of the 5th and the 9th lords had to give him its results. There was a time when destiny appeared so cruel, and then came a time when he rose to the highest judicial post in India. That is how time changes. Now go, just take the reverse of it now. take the just reverse of it. In the year 1985, I was in Bhubaneswar, Orissa, posted as Accountant General. I had gone on a transfer on a promotion. And this person was the High Court Judge of Orissa. His next elevation would be to the Supreme Court of India. But it is not every High Court Judge that gets a chance. So he came and asked me. I verified some past events. The most material one is that in 1981 he had become a High Court Judge in the period of Rahu Venus. In the earlier case, Rahu Venus had proved devastatingly bad. Now in this case you are finding Rahu Venus in the 10th house, Rahu in the Lagna, but Mars, the 10th Lord, is also aspecting Rahu, and Mars, the 10th Lord, is with Venus, and the combination of these two is a Raj Yoga. 5th and 10th is a Raj Yoga, 5th and 7th is a Raj Yoga. Now you see so many Raj Yogas are taking place here. So there was no question, he had to go higher. I saw the Dasha period also. In the Mahadasha of Jupiter, the 11th Lord of honor and recognition, he could expect it. There was the moon in the 11th house. Analysis. Mars in the 2nd house aspected the 22nd Dresh Kona. Which is the horoscope? Oh, that is page number 62 it should be. (62) is missing, I think, Beth. Eh? I want the book. Yes, I'll take it here. Now page 62. In the Mahadasha of Jupiter, the 11th Lord of honor and recognition, he could expect it. There was the moon in the 11th house, forming a good Gajakesari Yoga with Jupiter. In 1991, sometime his name was floated, and in December 91 he became judge of the Supreme Court. So far so good. He was in Delhi and wanted to meet me. There was no immediate need, yet he perhaps felt that he should. That meeting never took place. Then I read in the newspapers that on May 29, 1992, he had met with a fatal accident and died. I searched his horoscope and made a post-mortem study thus. Analysis of the horoscope. The Lagna Lord is in the 12th house aspected by Jupiter. Rahu in Lagna aspected by Mars. It was the Mahadasha of Jupiter in the 8th house. It was the Antadasha of Saturn in the 12th house. So there was a change. He moved all right. It was the Pratyantar Dasha of Mercury, the 8th Lord with Mars, aspecting the 4th house of vehicles. Mars has directional strength in the 10th house, but Mars is also aspecting Rahu in the Lagna. Mars must perform both functions, elevate and then question mark. Mars must perform both functions, must elevate because he is in the 10th house, but is aspecting Rahu in the Lagna, so it has to do something to the body also. Now go into Shodashansha. What is why Shodashansha made use of? Yes. For car accidents, etc., if you have a very correct horoscope, make use of Shodashansha. Jupiter is the sixth lord aspected by Mars. In the Shodashansha Lagna, Cancer ascendant, Jupiter is the sixth lord, being aspected by Mars from the 11th house. Saturn is in the 6th house aspected by Mars. Mercury is in the 3rd house of journeys with the 6th lord aspected by Mars. Why I have used Shodashansha? That is the question you should ask me. My answer is twofold. In my astrology destiny and wheel of time, I have given points given by Rishi Parashara to each divisional horoscope. Please see that carefully. 3.5 points to the ascendant, 3 points to Navansha, that makes it 6.5. 4.5 to Shashtyansha, 1/60th division, that makes it 11, and 1.5 to Shodashansha. So 4, you take it 3.5 and 3, that gives you 6.5, plus 4.5, that makes it 11, plus 1.5 of Shodashansha, that makes it 12.5. 4 Vargas take 12.5 points, and remaining 12 take the remaining out of 20. Out of 20, 12.5 are given only to 4. The Parashara gives so much importance to Shodashansha. I have worked on Shodashansha quite often whenever I was sure that the birth time was correct. If the birth time is not correct, don't work on this at all. Let me ask you a question. Who are the persons in the world about whose birth time you can be 100% sure? Pardon? Why? Pardon?
They have 3 people in the delivery room.
But why do they have 3 people?
They have to be sure that because there have been cases where they weren't sure of the heir.
Yes, that's a very correct answer historically, because King of England and all the royal births, they have to be recorded very correctly. There has been a terrible scandal. So this, you know how a baby was smuggled in I think sometime in the 17th century. What is that case known as? I forget. It's a very famous case in British history. After that, whenever any royal birth is taking place, there have to be witnesses recording the birth time, and the moment a child is born, it is announced in Parliament. They interrupt all proceedings and announce straight away. In the parliamentary records, you can see that.
Also, most births in Scotland are recorded exactly because your birth determines your position in the clan, and the cousins can be born very close.
Right. For all historical reasons, they do it. It's done very methodically. And in any case, Englishmen retain their sense of history very well, even today. You see the biographies written by Englishmen, they will give you very good dates even now, historically. In USA, generally you will not get many dates. You read, I read 5, 6, 7 biographies of Clinton. They have given more summaries of his speeches, but not dates. So Americans believe in dates outside books more. Now Mars in the second house aspected this 22nd Dreshkona. Saturn was causing a Sade Sati. Go back to the original horoscope. Where is the moon? Sagittarius. Right? On the day of the accident, where is Mars? His ascendant is Virgo, Kanya. On the day of the accident, Mars is this is his ascendant. Yes, ascendant is Aquarius. On the day of the accident, Mars is aspecting the 22nd Dreshkona from the ascendant. What is 22nd Dreshkona?
Is it the same degree as the Lagna?
Yes, the 22nd Dreshkona will be the same degree as the Lagna in the 8th house. You put the degrees of the Lagna in the 8th house from the Lagna. That becomes the 22nd Dreshkona. Very simple calculation. Similarly, you put the degrees of the moon in the 8th house from the moon, that becomes 64th Navansha. Both become, when it is a bad time, they become bad. Saturn was causing a Sadesati. It is the reverse of the earlier case. The first one suffered and later rose as high as this person and lived very long to enjoy a lot of wealth and further assignments as the chairman of so many inquiry commissions. The second one enjoyed life thoroughly, rarely suffered, had an expensive foreign car which he drove very fast. I do not congratulate anyone when caught in a situation in which I have to do it. I do it with apprehension in my heart. I remember the Gita lessons. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo. Because now I'll take up I think I will not take it up. You can read it. King George VI. That is a very, very long one where I have used the Shashtiyansa also. 160th division also in the book. That will take actually full 2 hours. I will not take it up, but all the examples have been given. In royal births, I always make use of finest possible divisions. I do that in the case of Indians coming from high-class Brahmin families, that they are very conscious of birth time. I do that in the case of Rajputs of India who come from high-class families. There the recording of birth time is very correct. In many of those cases, I have sometimes gone up to the 5th level of Vinshotri Dasha, that is Pran Dasha, and given prediction of within 1 or 2 days those events have taken place. But 365 days. And Chirmuli, of course, is doing an experiment in 360. But I have tried Prana Dasha right up to the 5th level. Now, in the case of royal births also, you can try this. Let me assure you, they are very dependable. So, that will take a lot of time, but I have given the instances. Now, that is the one case where the quarrel about Ainansha between me and Dr. Raman comes up very prominently. Very prominently. For a very simple reason. If you have got a computer here, Anyone? Anyway, you can cast it and see on your own horoscope. I will sum up very quickly and ask you just to see this. You may read them yourself. Consequences of believing in predestination. There is a positive side and there is a negative side. What is the meaning of prarabdha and wise men? Then I'll come to a more important this. In astrology you cover all these areas. Table 2, performance of karma. Karmas are of 5 types: nitya karma, naimittik karma, kamya karma, prayaschita karma, kartavya karma. Nitya karma, that which you have to do and that which you do every day. Naimittik karma, that which you are required to do once in a while. Kamya karma, that which you do for the achievement of fulfillment of some desires. Prayaschita karma, which you do for repentance for something wrong you have done. Kartavya karma, that which is enjoined on you, you have to do. You are a student, you are appointed somewhere, you are serving somewhere, you are a son, you are a husband, you are a wife. There is enjoined kartavya karma. All this has to be done. So I need not go into these things, but I am just showing you what happens when a man begins to oscillate between belief and disbelief, etc. Qualified acceptance of fate. Now these things are all based on hundreds and hundreds of arguments I have had with people, and I have taken these things from the best commentaries of the Gita available to me. I am not claiming any originality for what I am giving here. I have depended upon beautiful commentaries, but I have put them in a tabular form in an easy way for you. Instead of reading tomes and tomes of big commentaries, you can see simple table where I have given you the material. I will finally now end up with 2 or 3 horoscopes. Is whose book? Yours. Well, those of you who are doing research will find in the books we are bringing from India lot of material and very good data bank. You rest assured the horoscopes we are using are all accurate. 1. Second, we are following Chitrapaksha and Ansha Lahiri only. Now this is the horoscope of a great saint. I don't know how many of you heard about him. Sita Ram Onkar Nath. There is a book written by him in Bengali. I asked his disciples to translate that into English. Nada Leela Amrita is the name of the book. You have all types of books in USA, here, there, everywhere, on Kundalini, And many of you know about Kundalini. You are seeing books about Kundalini. Out there also I saw a book being displayed, Kundalini. The best book on Kundalini, based on the finest yogic books, is Sitaram Onkarnath's book Nada Leela Amrita in Bengali. At what different stages, what type of experiences of Kundalini you have. It's a very, very brilliant book. He went on enlarging. I have given this horoscope here. He had to go through the normal process of a householder. His guru said, I will not allow you to take the sannyas straight away, you have to marry. That is a burden you have to liquidate. I am now concluding my story about karma. There is some karma which, if it remains unliquidated, you will have to have a second birth. And if that remains unliquidated and you try to force things upon yourself, for example, in 1962-63, I wanted to retire. My Guruji said, no. You have a lot of unliquidated karma, you will have to go abroad also. 3-4 saints told me. I tried my best to give up astrology 3 times. They said, no. You will have to go abroad, teach astrology. When you come back and when your karma is liquidated, only then you can go full time into sadhana. So there is such a thing as unliquidated karma. So don't grudge your karma. It comes and you do it willingly, sweetly. So this is that of an extraordinarily great saint, Sitaram Onkarnath. One of his disciples, a very fine man, came to me when I was in Calcutta and gave me his horoscope. This man was in such a great hurry to take sannyas that when his own guru, Sitaram Onkarnath ji, refused to give him sannyasa, the initiation, he went to another guru and took it. See, if your guru is not alive, then I can understand you are going to the other guru. Or if your guru is alive and he says, I recommend you go to such and such guru, then you can take sannyas. Sannyas has very strict rules. Nothing can be cheap. But this man was in such a great hurry, he went to some other guru, and that guru felt happy, or perhaps his ego got boosted, that a disciple of Sitaram Onkarnath should have come to him. Right? Big name. So then his guru told him, no, you have to wait. When he came to me in Calcutta, when he asked me, he was now starting the dasha of the 12th Lord. Remember, this morning I told you 5, 9, 12. Right? The 12th Lord is the dasha of retirement, foreign journey, so many things. Now what happens is, same thing happened with me in 62, 63 when I wanted to do, well, repeatedly so many saints said no. Now astrologically I could see that when I ran into the dasha of my 12th Lord, Mercury in my 12th house, apart from retirement from the job, foreign journeys also started. But my sadhana has been much better now than before. I will not go into the other unpleasant parts. Now in this horoscope I predicted to the person good and bad both. I had dealt with some controversies, some unpleasant things which happen in the astrological world. Well, but when you tell anyone the negative, positive side both and balance it, the man comes back after some time. When the positive side happens, he never rings you up and gives you a feedback. And when the negative side happens, he immediately comes back and begins to blame you. Right? He forgets that you had predicted both. So like that I have given instances. Now if you have any questions to ask, you may ask me. Yes?
I just wanted to come back to the original part of the good name. I asked you if you were going to tell us how to swap the planets within Roga, Boga, Yoga, and Dharma.
How to plot the planets?
Yeah, the Roga, the Boga.
Oh yes, okay. I'll come back to the table 1. It's very simple. That is very simple. That's a good question, thank you. Now go through any horoscope and mark out the yogas PACDARES. Initial exercise must be done always. In a given horoscope there are Dhani yogas giving money, Arishta yogas not good for health, etc. Somehow the bad Arishta yogas will carry fatality and affect longevity also. Raja yogas giving you high position. Then of course I talked about exchanges and other things. First see that. Second step, go into the Mahadashas running. Earlier, 6 months ago when I had come here, I had brought a book, Vinshotri Dasha, right? Predicting through Vinshotri Dasha, some such thing. There I used some memory tablet. I'll use them again for your understanding here. This is what I do generally when I am teaching in Bharati Vidya Bhavan in Delhi. And I had done that here also. The first memory tablet is CBI, which you will not appreciate in USA because it is not CIA. But CBI in India is what CIA is in USA. Right? Central Bureau of Intelligence. Central Intelligence Agency is CIA. So whether it is CBI or CIA, what they do is they prepare a complete dossier about a man called K.N. Rao coming from India. They want to know what he is doing here. Someone already told me there is a big dossier on you. It must have been there. Okay. Right? CBI, I said complete background information. Okay? To remember, so in India they understand yes, a CBI keeps a complete background information. So first is when you are predicting for anyone, try to have a complete background information. Against that you see the horoscope. right? What I do is I ask you leading questions myself. Instead of your having to tell me, I will look into your horoscope and say, is it so or is it so or not? It becomes simple for me. 2, 3, 4 questions you answer, then I know your horoscope is correct. As this lady was asking, just sitting at taking tea, she described her Western horoscope, I converted, and I asked her 3, 4 things. She said, you are accurate, it's very correct. One thing I asked, she said, that's an understatement. I said, I will talk about it later. So I know I would be working on a correct horoscope. So CBI. You build up either through your own method, as I do, or ask the person, take his or her help and do CBI. That is Marx and Hegel. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis, right? Hegelian, and kinds of synthesis. Task. Now there is a thesis. It is here that all the astrologers in India at least are committing stupidest mistakes and unfortunately passing on their superstitions to you through their writings. Now they would say Venus debilitated. Every year lots of people will have to be born with Venus debilitated. Every year. And generally between the months of August and October. Venus debilitated, the man will become a beggar. That's the end of the story for them. That is the thesis. Now do the research and find out when Venus is debilitated, what is happening? Now you come with an antithesis. In Delhi, my favorite have debilitated Venus. I said, are they beggars? How rich they are, how fantastically rich they are, including Amitabh Bachchan's horoscope which I gave you. Debilitated Venus. So, don't jump to any conclusion. Antithesis, I have proven debilitated Venus gives you tremendous sense of humor and beautiful dramatic act. Histrionic talent. Histrionic talent for drama acting. HISTRIONIC. Right? Venus is getting debilitated in the house of Mercury. So the mercurial quality is sense of humor. Mercury, the planet of humor. Now synthesize. PAC. Mercury is here, Lord of this house, posited here, aspected by this, joining in this yoga. So now you come out all types of variety. Go through these stages. K is kinds of synthesis. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis, and the varieties, kinds, KINDS. So now all finer nuances begin to emerge out before you. So the first stage is CBI, second stage is TASK, task. Right? IPC. That is, in the Indian context, it is Indian Penal Code. CBI, so they understand immediately. Once I say CBI and IPC, they say yes. So what is the task of CBI? To apply IPC. So they immediately understand, we have understood all the stages clearly. CBI, task, IPC. And in the Indian context, I evolved these memory tablets, but you will understand now. IPC, Indian Penal Code. Once you have gone through the next stage of taking task, thesis, antithesis, synthesis and kinds of synthesis, now you want to draw inferences. Now you want to draw inferences. What can it mean and what can it not mean? Now so many inferences flow. What is the source of income you have from a place other than the place of your birth? You have? Right? Yes or no? No. Indirectly. Now one of the inferences I will draw. Second, your husband getting money from a state, that is the second inference I will draw. So I keep on drawing inferences after inferences. I means inference. Okay? IPC, I means inference. One inference, second inference, third inference, fourth inference. Up to this, all astrologers should agree. There should be no disagreement. If we have a standardized method, you cannot say on this horoscope Mr. Roy Kirkland says this, Mr. Rao says this, Dr. Frawley says this. No. Up to this stage, we must have one common agreement if astrology is a science. If you are sound up to this stage, there is no question of our. You say these five are emerging out. I had told you, which class had I told? Saptanadi, Saptarshi, Saptarishi, Nadi, there an instance is given. Remember this instance all through your life. So you will not blame an astrologer, you will not abuse an astrologer. I mean an honest astrologer. You will not blame an honest astrologer. In the Saptarshi Nadi, Goddess Parvati is presiding. And a horoscope is given to 7 rishis who are asked to give their interpretation. It's a woman's horoscope. The first rishi looks at it and he says, she would be widowed. She would become a widow. The second rishi sees that, says she would be deserted by her husband, let us say. The third rishi says her husband would die a violent death. Like that it goes on. This last rishi, the 7th rishi says, nothing of that type will happen. All that will happen is her husband will have to put Mangal Sutra for the second time on her neck. Mangal Sutra is, in India when marriages are performed, like the wedding ring you have, a golden necklace is made, offered by the husband after puja to the wife. The wife retains it till death or till her widowhood, whichever may come early. Divorce is very little in India, divorce rate. So that is Mangal Sutra. An Indian woman, married woman, respects and regards as Mangal Sutra as the living symbol of the sacredness of conjugal bondage. So here the 7th rishi says, no, nothing of that type will happen. She will not become a widow. Her husband would not be murdered. Nothing of that type will happen. The only thing that will happen is her husband will put Mangal Sutra on her neck for the second time. Goddess Parvati finally agrees. She says, yes, this is the correct one. The last interpretation is the only correct interpretation. Second time the Mangal Sutra will be put. That is how the Saptarshi Nadi that concluded. I saw the horoscope. I saw something peculiar there. I said, anyway, I kept that in the mind, forgot it. Now what happens is your mind is like 1000 computers. Years later, someday when you will be seeing a horoscope, you will suddenly remember Mr. K.N. Rao, a lean, dark man from India, had come, and in Dakshinamurti temple in front of this, he had told me something that is applying here. You remember that? Rest assured. When I am giving you some predictions, suddenly I remember what my mother told me one day, what my Jyotish Guru told me one day. You know, you remember, I don't know, when you are appearing for an exam, what happens? In those 2-3 hours, how from subconscious mind, things which you had read many months ago begin to flow. Does it happen or not? In an examination, same thing begins to happen in astrology if you allow yourself to get saturated properly. And the first stage of saturation is remember horoscopes mentally. I have told you that repeatedly. Just mentally you remember horoscope, the saturation begins to come in. So anyway, I saw that. Some years later, I came to know of a case in Delhi. I narrated this incident already once earlier here. Some years later, I saw in the case of a lady in Delhi, she divorced her husband, went and married some other person, stayed with him for 15 years, divorced him, and came back and married the first husband. So I collected her horoscope, saw, and a variation of putting the Mangal Sutra for the second time was there in her horoscope. Mangal Sutra being put second time, which means she is remarrying her first husband. Okay, I kept quiet. But again, that haunted me. Then in the last few years, I came across many cases of Indian boys and girls, particularly migrating to USA or coming to USA for jobs, getting married in India through the Vedic ritual, coming to USA and getting married legally again. In their passports, they will not show themselves as husband and wife. They are married already. So what happens now this month of December, Mr. Rakesh Sharma should make sure that I get a return ticket back home. The reason is most of the Indians during this season go there, and if I am there, immediately they will rush to me. Now we want to choose a bride for this man and that bridegroom for this girl. And in 1 week or 10 days time, they want the choice to be made, the muhurta to be chosen, the marriage to be performed. Everything has to take. Now, muhurta for the modern man. Remember my CRF approach. If you go by the ancient principles of muhurta, I told you that story. In the good old days when, let us say, the average longevity was 300 years. There was an astrologer who knew astrology very well. He decided to marry the best girl available in the world. He waited for 200 years. And after that, when he got the best girl, he thought of waiting for the best muhurta available, and he died a bachelor. So like that is the ancient times. Now in Delhi, what is happening? You see, now please try to understand, if you do not take a totally modern look of the ancient principles, we will be making fools of ourselves. In Delhi, a beautiful book is coming out now on Muhurta by K.K. Joshi. K.K. Joshi and Chirmule were in the same batch, Nandan Chirmule. So there I asked him to add a last chapter, Muhurta for the modern man. What I do is I go by Ashtak Varga. Very simple. If you ask me to choose a Muhurta, straight away I'll take to Ashtak Varga. Forget everything. Rishi Parashar has said Ashtak Varga is the best. Okay? Now they marry in India, come back here and marry again. So wearing the Mangal Sutra twice. Same combination comes up. So up to the inferences it is all right. Now when we come to the perception, it is here that from astrologer to astrologer there is a difference. You say no, according to me it is so, I say no, according to me it is this. If you are running a better period astrologically, your perception will be better than mine. That's all. An astrologer has to have his own luck also. There are occasions when my own students have given far better predictions on the same horoscope on which I gave different predictions. Their predictions have been superior. My perceptions were too many. Their perceptions got pinned down to one or two, they came out correct. But if perceptions are becoming too many, at this stage what you should do is go into C, clarity. IPC, clarity. Clarity means now go into the different techniques. The reason why I ask people to do Gemini astrology. Gemini astrology gives you clarity at once, Gemini Char Dasha. I am not asking you to base your main prediction on Char Dasha. But Gemini's Char Dasha gives you clarity at once. From there come back to Vinshotri Dasha. So why not double check? That's a very favorite expression in USA. What do you call it? No, some other word you use. Anne Muldoon's famous expression, I remember in Delhi. Double check, cross check, some other words. Maybe anyway, check it. Now, if you know the use of a third dasha, it is still better. Now there is such a thing as a specific dasha and a general dasha, both in Parashara and in Gemini. I make use of 18 specific dashas of Gemini. When the horoscope is correct, my reading becomes very specific. If the horoscope is wrong, my reading cannot be very specific. Now they are very different type of dashas, totally different from what you read anywhere. That is again traditional now. As I told you, 80% of astrology of India is in tradition, not in books. So IPC. Once you have decided that, now what are you seeing? Whether this person is having good yoga this time, is it good period religiously, spiritually? Is it a good period for earning money, bhoga? Is it a good period for health or a bad period? So once you have made this analysis very clearly, when a person comes to you, you know straight away this person has come with this problem basically. Right? That is how you have to divide bhoga, yoga, roga. But you have to go through all the 7 stages, it becomes an exercise. I'll give a simple instance now. There are very fine, super fine points given in Parashara. A small hint here, a small hint there. People miss it take it from here and link it here. There are good books now available, translations of Parashara in English. But these people don't make a proper index cross-linking. That is very necessary. Something is given in chapter 2, something is given in chapter 21. Under chapter 2, you must put a reference. Astrology and karma, instead of that, I would now use the expression given by Dr. David Frawley, astrology and karmic psychology. Right? That's a good expression. Karmic psychology. Okay. Then, again, I'll use another expression now. Astrology and Purushartha. Purushartha means the efforts you make. And one of the efforts you must make is proper prayer. I told you, as I did in the case of that Swiss woman coming from Switzerland, I said, you go to a church. I insist on your praying. You cannot pray in the manner in which I pray, and therefore I should not force my style on you unless you want it yourself. I never did it, but when they arranged at St. Raphael in 94 November, puja with K.N. Rao, so I had to become a priest. Right? And if they announced it right in the brochure, well, my relations with Dr. David Frawley are such, he said, please do it. I said, all right, I'll go and do it. So I took up on that. I do it in Delhi, he knows it, he has seen. And she has seen, Monica, when she came to Delhi. 6, 7, 8 days she was there, every evening she was doing. So she has seen that in Delhi, if I give you 15 minutes of reading, I make you do puja with me, in the style in which I do. It is part of the Parashara scheme of Kshanti or propitiation of planets. Transliterating them into English and giving it to them to edit it, to suit their understanding of the pronunciation. If I say, for example, Om Prakrityai Namah, Om Vikrityai Namah, how do I put it? Vikrityai and Prakrityai. So they have done that work. They have practiced it 2, 3, 4 days. They have corrected. So that should suit your tongue, that should suit your requirement, and in so doing, we have not taken what are known as the diacritical signs which generally all the ashrams take. Diacritical signs were evolved during Englishmen's time to suit Orientologists. You will not know that you have to pronounce it as Vishnu. So because these diacritical signs make a difference, so I said I will put it straight away like this. So we have not put any diacritical sign, so we have made it easy for you. And finally they have checked up. So that is what they are planning. Suddenly this came, that is the announcement. Now I will conclude by telling you the 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha, keep on rotating in a wheel in your life all the time. It is happening in the Mahadashas and it is also happening in the Antardashas. Right? The Mahadasha is setting the tone, the overall leader. Antardasha is modifying the tone according to its own positional relation and according to its ownership, PAC. The Pratyanta Dasha is implementing it Right? Now take the case of Libra ascendant. He is passing through Venus period. Libra ascendant. Venus in the 7th house. Good. Aspected by Jupiter and Moon from the Lagna. Very good. There is a sub period of Sun in the 8th house. Bad, enemy. In the Sun sub period, there is a sub period of Venus, the enemy of Sun. Now that is important always to see. It's a good thing you to ask me this question. It's a very good thing you ask me this question. Please see this chain always. This chain you will commit a mistake. The Mahadasha is Venus, Libra ascendant. It was a very, very important turn in the life of a very famous Indian politician. About him, I had made a prediction in 1993 before coming to USA that he would stage a comeback in a big way. He staged a comeback. In 94, he ran into crisis. His Libra ascendant. Venus is good, Lagna Lord, but also the 8th Lord. The sub period is the Sun. You remember the principles of enmity and friendship? You know the basic method of doing it straight away? From the Mool Trikona Rashi. How do you decide? If straight away I asked you, Jupiter and Venus, are they friends and enemies? What is the principle on the basis of which you decide? I have given this in my astrology without tears. Remember that principle. Yes, those things. Similarly, if I ask you Jupiter and Saturn, are they friends and are enemies or neutral? Straight away you should be able to decide. Now here Venus and Sun are enemies. You know that. Sun and Venus again enemy. And again Venus and Sun enemy. So in a chain, the Mahadasha is opposed to the Antadasha. The Antadasha is opposed to the Pratyanta Dasha. The Pratyanta Dasha is opposed to the Sukshma Dasha. That is the 4th level. Because it was a very accurate horoscope, I could come down to this 6 to 10 days period in this case. The crucial thing was happening in his life in this 6 to 10 days period. I said it would go against him. And it went against him. In the case of an accurate horoscope, you can go up to the 3rd or the 4th level. But always find out the relation between the boss, the 2nd man in charge, the 3rd man in charge, and the 4th man in charge. If they are quarreling in the same office, what will happen is no favorable decision will be taken. So the Mahadasha's relation with Antadasha, the Antadasha's relation with Pratyanta Dasha, this minimum this has to be seen, and positionally you have to see how they are placed from each other. Finally, on the basis of the Dasha, you should decide what is going to happen. Then of course transits, then Astak Varga. Astrology becomes easy if you master 2 or 3 techniques of cross-checking. It becomes very difficult if you depend only on Vinshottari Dasha, only one Dasha and this thing. Make use of Gemini Dasha. You have a Rashi Dasha available. Gemini's Char Dasha, a Rashi Dasha, make use of Vinshotri Dasha 2. Then I'll teach one specific Dasha of Gemini. Then sometime later I may teach you one specific Dasha of Parashara. Show you how specific Dashas give you more specific results within the specified time frame. In many cases, Char Dasha is giving you a good indication. But if you think Char Dasha will always help you to clinch, you will be mistaken. Because anyone who is born today at this time within the same Lagna, 2 hours that Lagna will go on, all will have the same Char Dasha. So where is the distinction coming in? That is where the specific Dashas of Parashar come into play. That is where the specific Dashas of Gemini come into play. So CBI, TASK, IPC. But you are an American. So an addition I make. In the case of Americans, I say also see PS. It's very necessary. Parental influence. You cannot presume in the case of USA. A child before he has reached the age of 14 or 15, the parents may have divorced. Right?
Quick question. You gave this son who was born in
to be coming back to this, PS. Parental influence is very necessary. In the case of USA, what is happening is, the Bala Rishta in Indian context means sickness to the child or even death. In the American context, Bala Rishta has come to mean disturbance to the child. It may be caused because of disturbance to the married life of parents itself. It is not unusual here. So Bala Rishta is acquiring a new meaning. P, parental influence. Then very early in USA, the sexual life starts. So the sexual influence. And in this sexual influence, rightly or wrongly, you should know better, talking about child abuse is a very common thing now. And when you talk about child abuse, I presume you are talking also about sexual abuse. Or essentially, child abuse means sexual abuse perhaps. Am I right? Anyway. So PS. The second P is then very early you start your professional career here. After the age of 18, you begin to move somewhere, begin to earn something. Unlike India, where parents want you to go through entire course and make a career. Lastly comes the spiritual part, PS. First is parental, second is sexual, third is professional, lastly it is spiritual. And it is very encouraging to see in USA, in the horoscopes of people in their early 20s. Lot of them I saw in California. In the last 2 visits, I was surrounded by people in the age group between 20 and 30 more. I've had very little time for people above 30. And I gave them time. Because I had given readings, they wanted to have more readings. And in their cases, I saw from the year 2020, they would run into very good spiritual periods of their lives. Today, the type of lives they are leading is the normal run-of-the-mill life of USA. But in 2020, they will all have very good spiritual period. I don't know, something beautiful I am seeing. So 25 years hence, perhaps USA will have a much better spiritual awakening, if I am to judge by the number of horoscopes of young persons I have seen in the age group 20 to 30. So that is why I coined this PS. So well, with this I conclude. Thank you very much.